Chapter 863, The Good Boy, Good Boy. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the BestGuyEver. I'm the best guy ever, the number one cool, happy guy, and here is Hippocrit.
I'm consuming things. I'm the consumer gentleman.
I wonder, okay, we're talking about Chapter 863, The Consummate Gentleman. So there's a theme going on here.
Hey, Nate. What's consummate mean? You want to look that up on the Urban Dictionary?
I better Google that one. I better Google that one real quick. I honestly don't remember. I think it means skilled or something.
It means good boy. It means really good.
It means you're a good boy, right? Okay, so we're talking about a good boy in this chapter. This is chapter 863, the good boy, good boy. Who is the good boy? Do you have any idea who the good boy? That has two syllables, so it fits the scheme. Any idea who that refers to? Is it Capone? Is it Luffy? It's gotta be Luffy, right?
Gentleman, I think.
Oh wait,
no, it's
Dogwood.
JINBEI's fucking course.
Oh god damn it, you're right. It's
He's
JINBEI,
a gentleman.
I forgot. Nico Robin has already confirmed that he is a gentleman and she is sexually attracted. Okay, you know what? I realized why I hate JINBEI so much, and this is a real thing.
Oh.
It's because one time, for no reason, Nico Robin, who has never made any sexual advances against anyone in the entire series, expressed a fucking like sexual attraction to JINBEI, calling him like an attractive gentleman or something. Like what the fuck?
Well,
that was out of nowhere. You know what that is? That is Oda attempting to give credibility. That is him shoehorning in JINBEI as like a cool guy when he has done nothing to earn it. Or not enough.
Not
enough.
mean, now maybe, but I think what it is that Robin
I just realized how bullshit that is. I'm sorry,
I think
what
it is that Robin is a furry because she likes Chopper and she likes animals, dude.
No!
She likes non-humans not you.
I would fuck Carrot. Or that dog one is fairly Wanda. She's okay.
Yeah.
And that reindeer one, I'd cuck Chopper. I would do that. All right. Well, fuck you, Robin, for betraying me like that, and fuck you, JINBEI. I hate you. Anyway, let's talk about Capone.
Yes, Capone. This is like 3.5 hours ago. So they're talking about. So it was a mirror inside the cake. I thought that they would have set that up, but now they're retroactively setting it up, so that's fine, I guess.
You know what this is just like? Okay, so yeah, so our whole last time we were like, why the fuck did they burst out of the cake? Were they in the cake? Was there a mirror in the cake? And yeah, they just put a mirror in the cake. Okay, that's cool. But this reminds me exactly of the scene, during the big war, the Whitebeard War, where Luffy and the gang like fell out of the sky completely inexplicably. That didn't make any sense at the time, and then it was explained like the next chapter, or maybe like 2 chapters or something. It's like, oh, then the next chapter they explain like, oh, there was a big wave, and they were at the top of it, and then they fell down.
I don't mind
and this is
stuff
exactly
like
that.
I don't mind stuff like that, as long as it doesn't go too long without being explained. But this is like immediately, so it's fine.
I do not care for it. Like, okay, so Oda's making like a choice to confuse us and then explain away that confusion.
It's like, it's a manga. It comes out every week. He has to end on like occasionally, to get everybody pumped up, everyone hyped. He knows the formula. He's been doing it for years.
But both this time and with that thing where they fell out of the sky, that was just me wondering. Like, I knew there would be an explanation. I just thought, like, why didn't we just know this ahead of time? I guess he's trying to, like, do a thing where he's making us speculate for a whole week, like, how did we get here?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's exactly that. That's what I mean by it comes out week by week.
Oh, what usage is that to anyone? I am not impressed. I am not impressed by this turn of events.
I mean, it's not like a literary, a good thing. I mean, really what it is just having something really cool happen at the end of a chapter in a book, and then you turn the page and
you're like...
It wasn't
that cool, dude. It wasn't that cool.
No,
okay,
I'm just saying that
the
the principle behind it is just like, oh, what's going to happen next? Once you turn the page, just once it's just a thing. I don't mind it.
Okay, know what? I'm just going to say that I feel like it is the product...
Every media has a thing where it's like, oh, what? I want to keep reading and find out.
I was going to say, this is definitely that. This is like the corporate sort of influence, or like not the corporate necessarily, but like the shitty YouTube title of the manga industry, the like twist ending on the very last page. How? What? And you gotta come back next time and find out. Like, that's what this is. And I don't like either of those things, but I guess that's just where we are in life. All right, well, it's fairly inoffensive, so It's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
But by the way, people, I've seen people say, they're like, Nate, you're so critical of fucking One Piece. Why are you such a bitch about One Piece?
Yeah.
Guys, I love One Piece. I love One Piece. I criticize it because I respect it. And I respect One Piece intellectually, so I feel comfortable challenging it. I would never ask these questions about fucking Bleach. I would never ask them in a million years. Bleach is with beyond saving. I mean, now it's dead, so it's literally beyond saving. But it's out of respect.
I mean, yeah, I understand how people feel, because when I used to be a One Piece reader, I just read it and I was like, yeah, I didn't even think
Reddit, my favorite website.
Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't go on Reddit. I didn't go on 4chan. I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't talk to anybody about the chapters except my brothers, and we all like, yes, it was really good. And then I met you. Well, I realized that you like One Piece, and we talked about it, and you had a lot of criticisms about it that I'd never even thought of. And I was wondering, like, oh, have I been like a dumbass all this time? But really, it's just it's not that, you know, we're dumber than Nate. You know, that's not true.
Well, I mean, everyone is, but you know.
You know, it's just that you like criticizing things and wanting things to be absolutely perfect, and I don't mind so much about a couple, you know, little things here and there, and that's how generally people feel.
That's definitely
generally
true.
People feel more like me than they do you, but I understand that the criticisms you bring up are sometimes valid.
I read One Piece like people read, you know, Crime and Punishment, or you know, or The Grapes of Wrath. That's how I think about it. I'm looking for intellectual content here, and and I think there's plenty to be found. God damn it!
That's true.
Go to hell.
It is a big, sprawling, epic.
Even if that value is only in like how to most perfectly structure a narrative arc to engage readers. Like I would say the Skypiea arc is, like, even if it's just that, to have, like, One Piece did it. I have never seen an arc more beautiful or satisfying than, I mean, perhaps there was a little bit of meandering in the middle, but the beginning and the conclusion to the Skypiea arc is a work of art in Oda creating that work of art. It is masterful.
By the way, I want to ask about that. Is that like from the anime or the manga perspective?
Oh, you mean like how?
Like the pacing?
I watched
remember
the anime first.
Yeah, because I remember the anime being very drawn out. I don't know whether I like the anime version. I
definitely prefer the manga. The manga is always better paced, even in the good old days of One Piece. I still think the manga is the way to go. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the current times. So, well, rather 3 hours in the
3
in the
hours
past.
ago.
Yeah, they're talking about this. So yeah, what people were speculating is a Brûlé would make a bunch of things turn into Luffy, and that's exactly what happened.
Some unnamed sources were saying that
I
Brûlé was
thinking
responsible.
some comments were thinking about it as well. I don't know.
I'm thinking about it because I'm a genius boy.
Okay, I mean, yeah, whatever, boy.
Yes, you agree. Okay, good.
I don't know where he got all those animals from, but who cares? And then he got them in, and then they came out of the cake. And I like the fact that the what's his face, Big Bird, is like
Big
he's
Bird,
here.
that's all I know him as.
Yeah, Big Bird
Dufeld,
is saying all the like, oh, this is a great scoop. He's like the stereotypical guy with a camera, like photographer, like not taking it as seriously as he maybe should.
You know what I like about this guy?
Yeah, everything's going to shit. This is going to be a great story. Click.
I like that guy. He is a deeper character than you think, because he looks just like an industry mogul who doesn't concern himself with little things. But the gears are turning up there. You can tell here's an erudite reference for you. This is oh God, what's her fucking name? Now I'm gonna look like an idiot. The main character from fucking Atlas Shrugged, whose name I can't remember.
Atlas.
That girl. Yeah, Atlas. No, it's Darby or something.
Shrugged.
God damn, what the fuck was her name? Whatever. It's her, because she knows her craft, and he's like here, and he's got the spirit of the reporter on his mind.
Wait, are you telling me Atlas Shrugged is not about the Greek god Atlas shrugging real big?
Atlas Shrugged is a metaphorical phrase used to represent how the industry titans of the Western world support the entirety of that Western civilization, which are sort of dependent on their greatness. That is what it refers to.
I see.
And this guy, and these guys are kind of like Ayn Rand was responding to communism in Russia and really hated it.
Shut up.
Okay, we don't need to talk about that. I do like Ayn Rand, but I'm not super in love with her. Anyway, these guys are cool, and Big Bird is my boy.
Yes,
I love him.
Big Bird that is the good point to make. Big Bird is the boy.
Thank you.
That everyone likes. So the wedding cake is full, and Sanji is like jumping away with Pudding, who we don't see her face in this chapter, so she may still be like crying or definitely not doing anything yet.
Sanji is showing some real concern for this woman who, as far as he knows, was gonna try to kill him. He still does not know she's had a change of heart, if she truly has, like a complete...
Well, I think her falling to the ground and crying and not shooting him like he knew she would is kind of a giveaway.
That's true. I guess that's true. I'm just saying, I think Sanji's making some logical leaps, but they are ones that I would expect him to make, so can't say I'm surprised.
So, what's-her-face, Smoothie, and the guy with the hat with the books on his feet, whatever his name is.
Bookman. Mr. Bookman, as I recall.
They're like, holy shit, it's Luffy, and he's like, oh yeah, the jizz guy, what's his face? Opera.
Montdor or something.
No, Opera is the name of the guy who's...
Oh, that guy's name is Montdor, the Bookman, that's his name.
Oh yeah,
Opera is
Montdor, yeah.
Cream Boy.
So, I don't know where he is, we haven't seen him, but he's probably hiding, because he knows he fucked up. If Luffy's jumping out of the cake, it's gonna be a. I think this probably has to come up somewhere else. Maybe Opera is gonna have to.
What's that?
Because Opera.
Oh, you mean Opera's betrayal?
The betrayal by lying and therefore causing all this to happen. He's gonna have to run away because now they know that he lied.
I hear what you're saying.
He might have to do with them having, getting away somehow, I feel.
That makes perfect logical sense. I just get the feeling that it's not that important to Oda or any of the characters. I feel like the atmosphere of the Big Mom crew is fairly lenient on this kind of betrayal. I feel like it's not going to matter to them that much. I think it will
matter. Well, at spoilers, at the end of this well, it's not spoilers because you've read it, but at the end of this chapter, the painting gets the portrait of Mother Charlotte, or what's her name? Mother Caramel.
Mother Caramel. Yeah.
Yes, gets smashed, and then Big Mom goes into rage. This is all because they thought Luffy was dead, and he's not, and there's like. It's all his fault, essentially. He's bringing it up now in this one panel to set it up for maybe something happening with him having to run away. True. And, I feel like there's a reason for that.
You know what? You're right. I think I undercut it a little bit. The way that they are specifically drawing emphasis to Opera here does make it seem like there will be maybe some more payoff to that. Maybe he'll show up later in this arc. And something will happen. I don't think we'll be hearing much about Opera in like 100 chapters. Is all I'm saying. But I do think that during this arc there could be some vindication, not vindication, but some retribution for what he has done. I would not be surprised.
So at the cake being destroyed, Big Mom starts to go into a frenzy. She gets the Rinnegan eyes.
Yep,
that good
sure
old
does.
meme. And she's. I think, what's this thing she does? Life or wedding cake. She's soul pocus, they say.
I feel like there's a pun being lost in translation here. Is it like, I feel like this is like a trick or treat sort of thing going on, only she's saying like different words. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's like a kanji note here saying words to the soul, or soul poker, hocus pocus. I don't know.
Well, that just refers to her like general powers. I just mean like the way she's saying life or wedding cake. That's like a meme. That's like a forced meme that's not catching on. I don't know.
Give me life, liberty, or give me wedding cake. Let them eat cake. I don't know.
Is she gonna say let them eat cake? That'd be cool. I hope that happens.
Yes, but the power itself is like, what are they saying? Even if you are slightest bit afraid of death, the souls just fall out of it, just get sucked out of you by her.
Just like we saw when Big Mom first used it. Like they're really drawing attention to the fact that her power only works if you fear death. Then she can just pull out as much of your soul as she feels like. They're really digging down on that.
I forget where they said that before, but
that was with her son. Like what she was going crazy because she was hungry. She wanted like a pile of puffs or something. Jinbei brought it to her and calmed her down. But before that, one of her sons was just like, "Hey, Mom, chill out, dog." And she was like, "No." And then he got spooked, and everyone's like, "No, don't show fear." But he did show a little fear, so she sucked like a whole bunch of life out of him. Yeah.
So
Poor guy.
in that one panel where she's sucking the souls out, she's suddenly smiling again. So I assume that's enough to get her to calm down, just to kill a bunch of people.
It does look that way.
Because after this, she's regained her senses and she's not like going insane after this.
I was quite surprised by that, but yeah, that's true. That is true.
I guess she's not like totally incapable of staying focused when there's a big hullabaloo going on.
You know what? Maybe that'll just happen next chapter after the big crack at the end of this chapter. Maybe
that's the moment. So yes, they're sending all the Luffys out of the mirror, and then Nami, Carrot, and Chopper are saying they're gonna go save Sanji's family. So that's their little mission. I don't know what Caesar Clown's face is going on here in this one panel.
I was really trying to figure out what the fuck he was feeling. Like, I think this is a joke. Like, they're leaving and saying, like, we'll leave the rest to you. By the way, you're a piece of shit. We don't respect you in any way, but do your best.
Then he's like
mad.
Fuck you guys.
He's just mad, yeah.
Yeah, I guess
that's it.
Yeah. I was confused because I didn't know whether he was saying any of those things.
Yeah, not the most clear panel layout I've ever seen in my life. 0 out of 10. Oda, you're trash.
Yes. So then, we get what things happen next? I guess. Oh yeah.
Then Big Mom is looking for Luffy.
Yeah, she's looking for Luffy, and then she's like, "Which one is it?" And then of course Capone is like, "Haha, he'll never reveal himself." Of course, leading up to Luffy immediately revealing himself.
Dude, I just want to emphasize that this was like the funniest thing that's happened in One Piece in quite a while, since perhaps like the bone restoration thing. So Capone, Capone is sitting pretty, all right? He's king of the fucking castle. Chaos is occurring in this wedding. Things are going perfectly according to plan, and he's kicking up his feet and just thinking to himself, oh, I'm such a fucking genius. I have orchestrated these plans so perfectly. There are 1,000 Luffy's among them. There's no way they're going to be able to tell which one's the right one, and it's not like he would do anything to just clearly identify himself, and then Big Mom's like, hey, Straw Hat, which one are you? And he's like, I'm right here. And then Capone's face... Oh, I really, really love Capone's face there. It's the first time he's had this kind of like super dramatic. He's been like a very serious character, and this is his first like fault face, and I really, really enjoyed it. He's so long. He's so long. Oh, I love it.
He's very tall. Also, his eyes are completely dead. He's like, oh my god,
he's dead inside.
Everything's
He's
fucked.
a broken man now. Yeah, this is. This is a face that we needed to see, like, Law make more often for me to actually like Law, but he didn't do it enough. But Capone is well on his way to being the best character in One Piece.
Where's Capone's 10-chapter backstory?
Yeah, we need that. We need that if there isn't one, Oda, I'm calling shenanigans on you. We need his backstory. 20 chapters. Kick it up a notch.
Alright, so he sees the portrait. They're getting ready with the thing. Waiting for the right moment to strike. And then, this is cute. Carrot and Chopper are in the cake eating with serious faces because the cake's too delicious to not eat right now. They can't help themselves.
I love those kind of details that Oda puts in of this like very serious situation going on. And like the Straw Hats are both capable of being totally serious and goofy as fuck at the exact same time. Oh, it's the best. That's the kind of shit One Piece does really, really well.
Chopper's face in particular is like he's really so stuffing his face, and he's so focused. Serious eyes.
It's not like he could do this operation and not eat the cake. It's a necessity. It's
too
great.
Delicious. It's so good. And then we get Big Mom about to attack with Zeus and Prometheus, and then Luffy gets hit by Dogtooth with his weird leg gum squidge fruit.
Yeah, it was gross.
Power.
It was gross. I don't like it.
I think it was mochi or something.
Mochi. That's right. It's this. I looked it up. Let me Google it again. I forget what it is.
I know what it is. It's like the sticky sort of bun thing.
It's
It's like jelly. It's like they put in jelly donuts. You know.
Yeah, it's just that thing that I always see in my Japanimation of like the two rabbits making mochi. There's like a thing where like in Japan you see the moon from a slightly different angle than in like North America and shit. So instead of the man on the moon, they have like a rabbit and there's like a myth of like rabbits up there making mochi.
Is it
they're like
mochi?
hitting this thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure about that. I don't know why I brought that up, but
yeah, I don't know my Japan, but
you are a disgrace.
I feel like it's the thing they sometimes put inside of rice balls, or like dumplings.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
a
just
sweet
saying
little thing.
that his power looks more like the Jolly Rancher power. That's all I'm saying. It looks exactly like a Jolly Rancher to me.
It looks like molasses.
I guess so. It's just so shiny, and
What's
is
the
a Jolly Rancher. It's like it's just like a little quadrangle of hard candy, I guess. That looks like hard candy to me. It's really like the line work on there really looks like hard candy to me. So I was kind of confused.
Maybe it hardened.
Yeah, maybe
it's
used
like
hockey too hard in it.
Oh.
I don't know anything.
Anyway, Big Mom saying, "Fuck you, Dogtooth. You're trying to show me up. I'm a Yonko. I can take care of myself."
Hey, by
bitch.
the way, apparently the guy's Japanese name is Katakuri. I guess that's the same thing as Dogtooth. I don't know what that means, but okay. An aside.
Yeah. So Dogtooth could tell he knows the future that they're gonna smash the painting, and Big Mom reacts in a way that's like, oh, that really would have like made. She knows the implications of that. She knows what would happen if that thing got broken.
Yeah, or at least I'm not sure she'd be self-aware about like, oh, I'm going to emotionally snap if someone breaks that. Well, but I'm sure she's like, oh, that's really important to me. Don't do that.
She's not thinking that's what's going to happen if that smashes. It's just like, oh my god, we can tell it's actually going to work. She's going to go insane if that does smash, and it does. Oh boy, does it.
Oh, and, yeah. It does.
Pedro and then Jinbei. So this is the thing. This is the main thing of the chapter, really. Jinbei splashes Luffy with water. He gets free of the stickiness.
That's not water. That was black tea. He did black tea attack. He's using
black
food
tea
powers.
Attack tea.
That's cool. I like that. I think that's cool.
No, it says here, mochi is the name of a sticky rice cake treat. So they put it in rice.
I'm just saying it looks like a Jolly Rancher. That's all I'm saying. It just kind of looks like it to me. I accept that it is not what it looks like to me.
Whatever, bitch.
A bad boy.
So Jinbei is doing a big old, I'm making a statement by saying goodbye, Big Mom.
Wait, I'm sorry. Before we get to that, can you maybe explain to me what the fuck is going on here when Dogtooth says, "Quit analyzing me like that"? Why does he say that? What is he saying that in response to?
Wait, who, when?
Okay, so it's the bottom of page 16. So like Dogtooth is like, he's gonna attack people, right? He's got Luffy trapped. He's about to like smash Luffy into the ground.
Oh, and that was a bit weird. But I think what it is that, he's responding to the thing that Jinbei is about to say. Because like Jinbei then explains his power, and I guess he's like, maybe that's it. I don't know.
Is it a time travel prediction joke? I guess it could be.
It could be, but it's like not brought attention to again, so it's kind of hard to tell whether that's what it's going for.
Okay, well, whatever. I'm willing to accept that and move on. That's cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to your thing. Jinbei is giving a speech.
Yeah. So Jinbei, for one thing, he's taking the blame for telling Luffy about Mother Caramel. So giving
which was actually
Capone for the opportunity to do whatever he's going to do, so they don't suspect him yet. Which is pretty good.
Yeah? I mean, that's just smart. That's just smart. Like, he's been found out, and it makes sense to deflect from an ally who is still in Big Mom's good graces. So, smart. Good job.
Yeah. So, this is... this next page...
Big Mom doesn't even take it badly. She's just like, okay, all right, I guess you're a bad boy now. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's like... It's a cool moment. I think people will enjoy this moment. I liked it pretty well. I mean, it almost was the thing that you wanted, where it's like Jinbei just gave up his life, and he's dead, but he's not probably gonna die, because this is like his big, like, I think Luffy's gonna be the Pirate King 2 moment.
Yeah.
I mean, he said it before, but this is like a cool, like, yeah, fuck you. I'm not scared of a big old lady. I'm not gonna be scared.
By the way, Big Bird reacts to this and is like, "What big news? Former Shichibukai Jinbei is joining the Straw Hats." That's
it's going to be in the newspaper.
Hire me as the voice actor for Funimation. Yeah. Oh my God, it's fucking Jinbei! Holy shit! That's him. That's
It's a good
canon.
pitch. That's a
I'm
good.
Big Bird. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
it's
do
a good
that.
one.
Let's hashtag make podcast canon. Make it, do it, Funimation. Make me a real boy. But anyway, so then Big Mom does her stay or life. I still don't understand this fucking meme.
Stay in her crew or give up your life.
I get
think
that
she's
part.
saying. Okay.
I understand the words.
Okay,
it's
son.
the meme I don't understand. This has been a meme for like the whole, like, remember, like the first time we saw it was, remember those weird like ghost boys who were going around like collecting bits of life from everybody in Totland? Like they said like stay or life or something like that. And it's been repeated all the way up to here, and I never once understood what they were going for.
It definitely hasn't
like
caught on because I thought this was
Yeah.
a new phrase, which is like indicative of it not catching on. But I guess it's just
Yeah.
like it is definitely a translation thing. It doesn't really translate
It
well
must
into
be.
a cool
It
phrase.
must be. Yeah.
And
I
this
feel
is
like it's a
big
trick or treat reference. That's what I feel like.
trick
Someone explain
or
it to me in the
death.
comments. I don't know.
No, those are both bad. Trick or death? No.
Thanks. Well, trick isn't that. I'd choose a trick, I guess. I mean, if it's between the two.
The trick is that I was going to kill you anyway.
So just to emphasize it, this is, yeah, like this is a big moment. So you know, she does her trick or life, and Big Mom offers Jinbei like, hey, or no, stay or life. Either I take your life or you stay in my crew. This is your choice. And Jinbei's like, nope, I'm retiring from the crew. And again
Yeah,
with the
it's
like cups of
flat out
sake
mutiny.
metaphors. Yeah. He lays out his sake. She smashes it, which I thought was that was kind of cool.
I want to
Yeah.
mention that the whole thing is that, you know, he has to be scared of her in order
Right.
for her to take her life. So her powers is basically useless if you're like really cool.
Right, but I feel like that's a rare thing, you know. Like not a lot of people are resistant to this shit. Like most people are scared of death. But I mean, obviously Luffy isn't. Luffy has faced death literally one
Yeah.
time and he laughed at it. Literally laughed
like,
at it.
I'm dead, is what he said.
I believe he said, well, sorry guys. Something along those lines. And that is the best attitude. Oh, I did my best. I tried. I'm going to die. Well, that's
Yeah.
how it goes. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that about Luffy. And here's Jinbei. Being a super special boy.
And I just want to say this. It is a big moment, and I really like, you know, the reaction of Big Mom. Like, there's no way I'm a guy who's going to be the Pirate King. I'm not going to cower to a mere Yonko, because like the Pirate King is obviously higher than a Yonko. And you think, you know, there isn't a Pirate King at the moment. Yonko is the highest thing, but like I'm gonna be bigger than you eventually. So fuck you.
Okay, I hear you, but the thing is, he's like factually inaccurate when he says that a crewmate of the Pirate King is better than a Yonko. That
Well,
is
he's not
just
saying he's
inaccurate.
better. He's just saying.
He
he's
is
just
saying he's better. He is saying there's no way a guy in the crew of the fucking Pirate King would ever
that's not
cower
a
to
be-
Yonko.
that's not saying
Buggy
he's
was in
better.
the crew and he's a piece of shit. Buggy's a fucking garbage man.
No, what he's saying is that someone who is going to be on the crew of a better pirate is not going to cower in front of his rival. You know.
Uh-huh. But Jinbei isn't even in the crew yet. He's just like got tentative plans to join the crew. Like that's
Well,
why
you
this
know.
feels weird and like forced and
It
disconnected.
doesn't feel weird at all. Shut up. He's been
And
going
I
on
hate
about
this
joining.
man.
Well,
Oh,
don't
my
fall
computer.
over at me.
I just dropped something. Fuck my
Don't fall
computer.
over with your rage about Jinbei. Jinbei here is doing real cool moment. Big old putting down the sake and saying, "Do you want to have a drink?" You know, like in the middle of this battle, he's gonna get fought, getting whacked upside the head. He's just like, I'm gonna respectfully decline being in your crew, and I'm gonna go, and then fuck you.
Jinbei sucks. Jinbei, go away. Go away.
I know you don't
I'm
like
bored
him,
with
but
you. I'm bored with you.
I've never hated him as much as you have, and this is just this
I
is a
don't
cool
even
thing.
hate him. He is a forced character at this point. What has Jinbei done
Law is a
that was
forced
cool?
Law is
okay.
a forced character.
Obviously, I agree. Obviously, Law is the worst thing about One Piece. That is without a doubt.
Jinbei is I mean, ever since like he was in Impel Down, he's been like an interesting like a big he's a Shichibukai and he's like friends with Ace and like Luffy.
Okay, here's the thing,
let him
though.
escape and he fought Magellan and let them and got out of the place and all that.
Here's the thing about Jinbei, though. He has played at least second fiddle in every single situation he has ever been involved in.
Well, except this one.
No, including this one. Even now, he is talking about how he's subservient to Luffy, how he wants to operate as, like, one of the many people under Luffy's command. I mean, that's fine. Like, I get it. He respects Luffy, wants to join his crew, they're friends now, that's cool. But, like, okay, when did we meet Jinbei? This is okay, now this is the Jinbei-cast. Jinbei, when we first met him, like, he was trapped in a crew, he was trapped underground because, like, he respected Whitebeard so much that he wasn't willing to fight him, so that's him, like, you know, yeah, that's cool, you're asserting yourself against the government, but, like, all he does is, like, be, like, a little bitch boy to Whitebeard, and then he's a little bitch boy to Luffy, and all he does is, like, all he does is fucking, like, follow Luffy around and does whatever Luffy does, and yeah, he's useful a couple times, that's cool.
All right.
The best thing he ever did was save Luffy from Sakazuki. That was the best thing Jinbei ever did.
I can see where you're going with this, and I will grant you that his character is not one of, you know, egotism and I'm gonna be fucking cool and fuck everyone. Like, he's not a teenager. He's like an old man. He's a different type of character than that has been in the crew.
And my favorite character is Usopp because he's such a badass all the time. Like, that's why I like Usopp too, right? No, it's about being an interesting character, and Jinbei is not that interesting. That's my entire criticism, that he's not that interesting, but he's played up as if he is that interesting. He's just some fish boy who throws water around. I don't get the appeal.
He's not played up as if he's interesting. He's played up as if he's really strong. I don't think he's, like, been, like, you know... He seems like he's going to be a big, valuable asset to the crew, and to you know, all this sort of stuff. And he's, you know, I think he's just a different dynamic that is not the same sort of level of goofy, wacky, fun, cool. You know, maybe he would be like
the least popular character.
Of the. Yeah, maybe. I just feel like
who is lacking in personality.
You're not giving him enough of a chance to be. You know,
this nigga's been a character for like 8 years or something. He's had plenty of time. It's time to cast some judgments, and I find him boring. That is my strong condemnation of Jinbei. I find him boring, and because he's boring, that is not good enough to be on the crew. That, I mean, maybe Oda can make anyone good if he spends time and, like, writes them out well, but he hasn't yet, and on those grounds, I'm not interested in him joining the crew.
I just don't. I mean, I don't know what you want out of, like, a new crewmate. Like, all the other ones.
Dude, we've seen his personality. He's just, like, a kind of stern, like, helpful gentleman. Great. I don't care. I'm not interested in that kind of character. Like, what's this kind of guy gonna do on Luffy's crew? He's gonna sit around. He's gonna drink tea. He's gonna be, like, a straight man. We don't need any more of those. We're covered. We are covered. This guy pads the roster of Straw Hat Pirates. We don't need that. We just don't need it.
I just don't
He is the perfect, you know, like, sub-lieutenant guy for, like, an outside crew. That's exactly what his role should be. And I pray that's where he ends up.
I don't know.
Clearly we differ. Clearly we disagree.
I get what you're saying, and I can agree that he's not as interesting as the others. And you can see that as like a failing, but I still think he's pretty cool, and that, you know, the whole new world, big powerful guys. It's
okay, but if you say that like doing something in your story that's not interesting, like, isn't necessarily bad, then, like, there's no rules to anything. Then you could put anything in any story and it's acceptable, because, like, it's okay that things aren't good. It's okay that things aren't interesting.
Well, it's not that he's not interesting. It's just, like, interesting in a different way. Like, I like his backstory. I like him. He's cool. He's a cool guy.
That's the thing about his backstory,
he's not a
though.
Fun guy. He's a cool guy.
He played second fiddle to Arlong from the start, and he played second fiddle to Fisher Tiger now. Who is this guy? He's like a lesser Arlong, a lesser Fisher Tiger, a lesser Luffy, a lesser Whitebeard, a lesser Ace. He's nobody. This guy has no substance. Who is this man? He's just some old guy. He's just some grumpy old man. He's not grumpy. He's gentlemanly. But I don't get it. I just don't see it. I don't know. How long can we go back and forth about how you think Jinbei is kind of cool and would be a decent addition, and I don't? I guess I suppose the point is made.
I think I see. I mean, I see your points. It's just I don't want to feel like it's I don't want to be cynical about it. I guess that's just it. I don't like being cynical about One Piece overall. And when it comes to something like this, where it's like, it's not as quite as interesting as a new Brook or something, you know, but Brook hasn't even done that much, but he's been doing some new things. But, like, I think there's part of the problem you have with Jinbei is that he's been blown out of proportion for
That's
what you,
sure.
what you think his character is, that there's not much there. The second fiddle thing, I don't really buy into that much, because, I mean, the other characters aren't, like...
Well, like, what does
literally
Jinbei stand
best.
for? Okay, every member of the crew has a dream, right? What is Jinbei's dream? To help Luffy in general? What is that?
Okay,
what is that?
That's a complaint I can understand, because
Okay.
I don't know what Jinbei's dream is. I guess to be good... A good
To
boy
be a good boy. He's gonna be the good boy. That's his role.
He's the
he's
good
gonna
boy,
go out
yeah.
and he's gonna eat that good boy fruit. That's his quest, and one day he'll do it, I'm sure.
Yeah, if that's, like, the problem with him, then yeah, I guess that's true.
It's that he's boring. That's my complaint. It's all based on that. And if you disagree, then hey, you know, that's fine.
I agree. I do agree, I just don't want to, because I don't like the idea that anything in One Piece is bad, because it's not. It's the greatest thing in the world, and this is only slightly worse than something else that could be happening.
Well, I am not afraid to admit that there are things in One Piece I would call outright bad, like that thing with Luffy being controlled by Doflamingo strings. It takes a massive One Piece fan to understand why that's so bad, but it's bad. It's not good.
Yeah,
that's an issue.
I hate it. I hate
One Piece. There you go.
No.
There you go, folks. Hypocrite hates One Piece. It's on the books.
I hate everything about not liking certain things about One Piece. That's my stance. I hate the fact that they have, like, this aversion to criticize it, but I just don't like criticizing things that are good but not great, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's my main point.
It's
that
not
I think
that Jinbei's
it's good,
horrible.
but he's not great.
He doesn't meet my bar, which may be too high. I don't know. But in any case, I may not be excited about the shit Jinbei's talking about, but Luffy is real excited about this. He's gonna join the crew.
He's been excited for a while. It's it's a fish man. That's all he's excited about. He's fish.
Fishmen are cool. I like fishmen. And
anyway, let's get to the real main point of this
please.
chapter. Brook is wearing a Luffy balloon hat.
He sure is.
That's it. Like, why is he? Like, if he's supposed
don't know.
I guess because Brook is, like, known kind of as, like, one of the Straw Hat crew members, but so is Luffy. So, like, if he gets seen as a Luffy, are they not going to attack him? It's kind of funny just to think about the fact that he's disguised as an even more dangerous threat of the crew that they would prioritize, and yet he got to the picture.
Brook has eaten the good boy fruit, and it has turned him into this weird Luffy balloon creature. That's what happened, and it gave him the power to have a hammer and hit that picture. That's I
love the fact that he laughs while he's doing it. It's like, oh, this is gonna be good.
No, it's the juxtaposition of, okay, so, like, right before, like, Jinbei's done this big dramatic scene, Big Mom is, like, she's got Prometheus, she's about to bring the fucking fire hammer down and kill Jinbei, and then like fucking Brook just sneaks up and is like, yo, and smacks the painting, like, or the picture.
It's not only that, but like it's
great.
The Luffy's face drawn on the balloon is completely blank.
There it is again, that classic One Piece dichotomy between goofy shit and drama. It's the best. It really
perfect.
works.
It's the perfect way to end this sort of scene.
Yeah, it's great.
Also, I just noticed there's a thing saying, "Who is this Luffy?" And it's like, how?
That's the mystery. Who could it be?
That's the mystery. Come back next time to find out. That you can literally see his skeleton hand holding the hammer.
Yeah. And he's saying "yo ho ho," which is, you know, we all know what the fuck that means. Yeah, it's. Oh, I love that. That's so good.
Who is it? Who could it be?
Who could it be? There are too many possibilities. Yeah, that's the good shit right there. That's the shit that keeps me coming back. And that's it. And that's the end of the chapter. Just the painting is broken, or the picture is broken, and no one has reacted to that yet. And we will see probably page 1 of next week. I'm very excited about that shit.
I just want to say one last thing about Jinbei. The reason I have such an averse to thinking of Jinbei as a shit, because like previous chapters I've been saying like, yeah, he's pretty bad, agreeing with you. And this time I'm a bit more averse to it just because of this scene is pretty cool in the way that he says, fuck you, Big Mom. Like, it just raised it just a little bit in my eyes, Jinbei.
Okay, you know what? That's kind of true. I would just say, from my perspective, it's just that, like, what this scene, it does do that. You know, I respect him standing up to Big Mom and being willing to risk his life. That's cool. But, like, it also, this scene is kind of giving him the semi-superpower of, like, being resistant to her abilities because he's such a cool, badass dude. And, you know, he kind of deserves it. He's a Shichibukai. He's a powerful dude. I get it. But it's sucking his dick fairly hard, this scene as well. And I do
also have high hopes for him being more interesting when he's on the ship, or if he's on the ship. Like, just,
he better be if he does join.
Yeah. Because, like, think about all the situations he's been in. It's always been in a very high tense, dire situation where they're either going away from a big calamity or going to a big calamity.
Yeah.
Hello! Anything other than really serious and planning. And, you know, and now, after this, he's going to be with Luffy, maybe, on the ship, and then they're going to be like, alright, now let's relax. It's like, relax? What's that? And it's like, you know... Then it could be like a whole different side to his character coming through, because like... And
you're totally right. You're totally right. I could definitely see that. Everybody transforms when they join the crew to some extent, and it's great to watch them all sort of fall in with Luffy's tempo of not giving a shit about anything. I just all my criticisms, everybody, are in the context of like Jinbei being considered a member to join the crew, and you gotta keep in mind that we already have 9 total members of the crew, and Oda struggles to make them all relevant, like in any given arc, which is why the cast has been cut down to half this arc. I'm sure that's why he wrote it this way.
Oh, of course. And it's a good thing to do.
It was very wise. It was very well done. But like just think about. Like, Brook already has gotten so much less development than I hoped he would, and I think that's just because there hasn't been space or time to fill out, like, shit that Brook has done. Everyone else has gotten a pretty sizable feature, except maybe Frankie after Water 7. Water 7, he was, was great.
Yeah, he's had his new robot thing, which has been, like, pretty funny, but not, like, incredible.
He hasn't done anything with it, though.
No, he had that cool
laser?
battle
Is that
with,
what you're talking about?
No, the laser.
Oh, with the swimmy boy.
Yeah.
Senor Baby or whatever.
Senor Pink.
Senor Pink.
That was a good battle.
You know, that was a great battle, and it was cool to, like, that was a battle that highlighted Frankie's manliness, which I enjoyed, which I thought was cool. But that battle was a little bit more about Senor Pink than it was about Frankie. Yeah. Which I very much enjoyed that fight. It was one of my favorites of the arc.
We definitely will have a very big Frankie moment when we meet Vegapunk finally. That's going to be a big Frankie.
Very excited for that.
Expedition.
God, I hope they do that justice. I think Oda will. I think Oda's aware of these things about how he hasn't given attention to, people like Frankie in a while.
I mean, yeah.
I think he knows.
The whole reason I think Brook has done some pretty cool things in this chapter is because he knows that Brook needs more time in the spotlight. The fact that Brook is the one who breaks the picture here is like, it's like a little extra.
It's great. It's the perfect thing for someone like Brook, who's like not like the strongest guy in the world, but is very silly. So to bring him in to do this shit, it's great. It's very, very good. Yeah, he's been great this whole arc. Okay, I guess that's it. We're done, right?
Yes.
Oh, I want to see hopes for the future. I just want to see Big Mom like actually fighting, like like One Piece style actual combat. I want to see a Big Mom combat scene, just so I can know how strong a Yonko actually is, because we've never actually seen one fight, and I really, I guess we saw Whitebeard, but I want to see another one. He's dead, so let's move on. Let's see Big Mom fight a little bit.
I don't expect her to like actually attack anyone in this, because she's about to go apeshit, which is going to be just like a big area of effects.
Let her go
screech.
Rampage.
Yeah, she's going to rampage.
Yeah.
Some people are going to die, but I don't know whether it's going to be anyone on the good guys'
side. This is One Piece, actually, Hippo. Nobody dies in One Piece. You should know that. What about
Ace?
Asexual? No, I'm very straight. Thank you for asking. Okay, everyone, thanks for listening to this episode of the BestGuyEver. We'll be back next week, and Have a beautiful time. Bye.
Bye.